My grandpa, Kurt Thiel, has been through it all. This man has gone through 5 knee replacements, battled COVID and won, battled pneumonia and won, and is currently still winning the fight against diabetes. And not to mention, he's 80 years old. He has to be by far the toughest human I have ever met. The past few summers, I've been going over to his house and doing various tasks that he just can't do by himself anymore. And yet, he still comes out and tries to help the best he can. This man is 80 years old and coming out to try to climb on a ladder to clean his gutters against the word of all 6 of his kids, his wife, and all of his grandkids. He just simply will not quit. Even on the days when he can't get out of bed and he doesn't feel so good, he still finds a way to be productive and help my grandma do whatever she can around the house. There's literally no quitting bone in his body. This tough guy never quit attitude stemmed from his time as a child where he was made to get up at 5:30 a.m. to go feed the cattle and horses before he went to school for the day. After doing this for some time, he began to grow into a very strong and big young man, which led him to playing football and baseball, both of which he excelled at. He was on the Nampa High varsity football and baseball teams for 3 of his 4 high school years, which, with that, he was also president of the Nampa High FFA club. To say the least, he had a lot on his plate with just school and extracurriculars. And even on top of that, he went on and got a job to help pay the bills when times got a little tight for his family. And ever since then, he hasn't been able to stop working. Work is all he has ever known. He started taking over the family business, Idaho Tractor, in 1959 at just 20 years old. Ever since then, he has been there every day from 6:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after close. It was only recently where he was forced to stop coming in every day by his family um, because of COVID. If it weren't for COVID, he'd be there every day doing whatever he can. As an adult, my grandpa was highly skilled in fast pitch softball. He played fast pitch softball on his father's team from 1953 until 2006, where he retired and began his coaching career. He was inducted in the ASA Fast Pitch Hall of Fame in 1991, before becoming the pitching coach for the Albertsons College, which is now College of Idaho. He taught private lessons at his softball field that he built by himself in the back of the business Idaho Tractor. He coached college softball for around 14 seasons and went to 3 national quarterfinals during his time there. His passion was passed down to my dad and then down to me. I can remember him and my dad playing catch with me in the backyard, learning how to throw and hit when I was just a tiny little kid. The smile on his face was unreal. He was just so happy to share the moment with his son and grandson. And I think a lot of people take those moments for granted. He instilled the passion to win and never quit in my dad, which was passed to me by the 2 of them. Some words my grandpa would always tell me were, "You know, Ryan, one day the game is going to come to a stop, and it'll all be over. Believe me, it happened to me. But I get to live my childhood all over again watching you play." This really sticks to me because our time here is never guaranteed, and he knows that. But he loves being out there and being around the game that he built him and his entire family's lives around. I owe a lot to my grandpa, and it's an honor being able to give him just a little bit of spotlight. He helped he helps with a lot of things for me, and he's just one of the greatest men I've ever met.